a day that felt so far away, but now it is really here. As I was thinking of what to say in my speech, I remembered a quote I heard by Duke women's basketball coach Kara Lawson. She says, "We all wait in life for things to get easier. It never gets easier. What happens is you become someone who handles hard stuff better." This quote had a big impact on me and helped me realize that life can be hard and it isn't always fair, but we are always given a choice, and each choice comes with a consequence. For me, I knew I needed to get good grades, and for my mom, this was not negotiable. I found out that getting good grades was hard, but it would be even harder for me if I didn't earn them. I remember during my first basketball season ever as a third grader, dreading the ride to tournaments. I barely could understand the difference between offense and defense, and all I can remember is being yelled at by the coach the entire time. The coach was my dad, and of course, I did not want to let him down. I knew the only way to get better was to practice and work on skills every day. And the more I did, the more I fell in love with the sport. I decided to make the hard choice of joining a travel basketball team to reach my goal of getting recruited to play college basketball. This was a hard choice because I had to sacrifice a lot of my time, but it was the necessary decision to achieve my goal. As the years went by, I realized it was hard to be good at basketball, but it was also hard to lose. I wanted to win, so I started training even harder and putting in extra work. My dad would spend late nights in the gym rebounding and offering me advice that I typically would ignore. These nights would often end in arguments and frustration. Going through this was hard, but having him there pushed me and made me mentally tougher, which made it worth it. There were times at tournaments I would underperform and start doubting my abilities. I remember being at a tournament, playing my worst, and letting outside factors and self-doubt affect my performance. A very wise man named Mike Berger knew just what I needed to hear. His daughter JC had just given a speech that had a message to give me some perspective. She said, "Do what is meaningful, not what is expedient. What is expedient only works for the moment. It's immediate, impulsive, and limited. Meaning is the ultimate balance between, on the one hand, the chaos of transformation and possibility, and on the other, the discipline of pristine order. Meaning is the way." This helped me make the hard but necessary decision to keep playing travel basketball. Another thing travel basketball showed me was how much I valued my coaches and friends at Pittsburgh and the unwavering support they gave me. I will always cherish the bus rides home from sporting events, gathered around, hanging out, and getting to know everyone better. I will forever be grateful for the coaches who poured their all into us, and especially to the teachers who put up with us. We weren't always the best behaved class. I'm sure Mr. Lee wasn't very appreciative of being woken up in the middle of the night on our senior trip by a security guard. Nothing too serious, just some harmless prank calling. I remember throughout my high school career trying to cope with Mr. Clark's homework assignments. Some of my classmates, including myself at times, would wait until the last minute, and we would all be scrambling at lunch trying to finish the assignment before the bell. Who can forget last year when we were doing a trigonometry assignment with Mr. Clark's four-wheelers? Apparently Megan Dyer has never learned about shifting gears. Thankfully we stopped her before she could blow up the engine, but she came awfully close. The people here have taught me very important lessons and given me great memories. This school and these people have helped shape who I am. Another message that had a profound effect on giving me a competitive edge came from Coach Brian Smith's wife, Tina. We were in Charlottesville at cross-country camp. Every year, the day after the 5K, Coach Smith would take us to Avalanche Mountain, where we would run the 462 steps up to the top of the mountain, and then back down. We would do this several times, and 7th grade me was questioning why I thought it was a good idea to run cross-country. She then told us, "The brain is designed to protect you, so it signals pain when it wants you to stop, but your body is capable of much more. If you can learn to push through the pain, good things will come. When you feel pain, embrace it, because you're pushing harder than you ever have before, and that is how we grow." That stuck with me throughout my career, and I come back to that thought anytime I have to push myself to do something hard. I will always be grateful for the coaches and teachers that guided me throughout the years and taught me important lessons that are necessary to achieve. I've learned that sometimes making the harder choice is necessary to accomplish your goals. You can choose to sacrifice your time to do your homework, or you can choose not to and face the consequences. Getting up early for school or work is hard, but so is sleeping in late and putting off your responsibilities. It's hard to get up early and get myself to get an extra workout in before school, and there are times where I would snooze the alarm. But I learned it was just as hard to get up and walk around with the guilt of not getting up the rest of the day. Life is full of choices, and I hope as we enter the real world, we will choose the hard that helps us achieve our goals and dreams. I want to thank the staff, coaches, parents, and teachers who have helped guide us throughout the years. I also want to thank our parents for sacrificing so much for me and helping me to be position I am today. Thank you for being there to support me at my best times and pick me up at my worst. Thank you also to my grandparents who have been my biggest cheerleaders and have been there for me in many other countless ways. We all have a choice, and thanks to our parents, teachers, and friends, I'm confident that the people in our class will choose wisely, and I can't wait to see the heights we are able to reach as a result. Thank you.